yung madaling matalo.
Uy, si Jason, oh. Si Jason support. Oh. I am Jason. Ang ina, kailangan magpapatuloy, gago, ha? Ang ina mo. Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na, Jason? Support ka pa rin, gago.
his 3-4 item.
Precisely.
So that's where our panel was talking about, like, hey, you gotta get in there. You gotta get inside the jungle, and they were kind of theory crafting who can do that. Pugna seems to be the best person to try and contest Alchemist's jungle. They've got Rubik and Jakiro, which is just kind of okay.
Pugna's pretty good, but everything you have to think about comes down to like what happens when he gets his BKB.
Yeah.
It's not even the Radiance that's the big thing, because like he'll get the Radiance fast. It's how do you deal with this hero when he has BKB? They're hoping that their Void is able to do enough damage.
What do you think about the Enigma pick, by the way?
It's just what TNC runs a lot. Like when we did prep during Dream League or whatever, we were looking at their lineups and stuff like that, and saw that they picked a lot of Night Stalker and what was the other hero? Enigma.
I've been wanting to see that. I don't think they picked it so far this tournament. The Safe Late Night Stalker.
KP and Tim's both play it as well.
Tim's plays it. They play a 4 Night Stalker?
Oh no, the Enigma.
Gabby.
The Enigma.
Oh yeah. So it's a nice, like, I found their opening to be a little weird though. The Beastmaster Chen opener from TNC.
I think they're just heroes that they really like. It fits like that March style of Dota play. If anything, I feel like Chen and like Io really encapsulate how this guy wants to play Dota. He just wants to like kind of tank it up, help his safe laner get a good laning phase, and then just kind of sit and get carried.
TNC is one of the few teams that is like still actively running the Wisp Gyro duo.
Yeah, it's like, you know, March is like, all right guys, I outdrafted them, like now you carry me. He just kind of chills. Of course,
every
it's, like,
once in a
more
while I'm gonna run
complicated
into a smoke gank and die, and that's fine.
You know, I did my job. You know, they're happy for it. I mean, March is a really good 5 player, but he really, especially in this meta, embodies that, like, I'm going to sacrifice my own game to make everyone else's better. So it's like, how much impact do you expect to have him in game? So it's better to put him on these kinds of heroes and let Gabby and Armel shine.
Yeah.
Not everybody in the game can have that huge impact. Everybody gets a huge amount of farm. It just doesn't work like that. Like the greedier cores that you have and the greedier players that you have, it means you have to lean into the 5 position even more.
Yeah. All the more important for you to be able to win your lanes, which is what, you know, at least the Chen pick is designed to be able to do.
Yeah. I will say, by the way, we've talked about TNC ad nauseum, but I think, for example, like, I really like Alliance's new lineup. I feel like it just kind of makes sense to me. It feels like they have a lot more identity than they used to. Like, I used to think that Limp was that player that, like, could never really put it together, had all the intangibles, like, on paper, good player, wins his lane, good teammate from all accounts, like, really stable guy. I mean, we've met him through several lines, like, he's really chill.
Yeah, super nice, chill guy. Can shit talk interview we saw in the pregame interviews.
Yeah, so it's like, what exactly is it? Like, what he really needed was, like, no offense to Kyle or anything, but maybe he needed the right kind of captain to enable him to sort of like build upon his strengths. And now that he has a lot of that confidence, this team, it feels like they've got like an identity. Because there are a lot of castaways on this lineup. You've got Hanskin, who a lot of people flamed, you know, going into the season. They're just like, this guy? You know, like, this guy's never shown us anything. Well, he's like, no, he's always been good. His brightest
moment was when he first came into Dota 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, like, ever since, it's always been middling or poor results.
Yeah, but this guy's always been good. He just... The coolest part, I think, about this lineup and what I appreciate is they all work together really well. Maybe, like, individually, maybe it's like, oh, hold that thought, is KP likely going to die here.
Work together to finish off KP for the first blood for Nico Baby.
Yeah, Nico Baby probably, like, they're, you know, huge star and all that, but when it comes to it, like, a lot of these guys, their reputations have taken such a big hit, especially, like, Fada, you know, everyone was like, really? Fada? 5? But, you know, they just make each other better, and I think that's really cool to see.
So you think this lineup is more than just a Nico Baby vehicle?
Yeah, of course.
Like, could you swap out Nico Baby for, let's say, Skeeter from Ninjas and Pajamas, and would this lineup still see, like, maybe not the same success, but, you know, relatively close?
I don't know about that. That's no flame to Skeeter, because I just think, like, they just work well for each other. I think this is a lineup that I hope gets us together, just because I feel like they make each other better.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool thing to see in Dota.
Yeah. it's definitely been a lot of talk about how Nico Baby is a game winner, but the rest of Alliance do set him up.
I mean,
for
they enable his
success.
playstyle for sure. Like they started this lane by tri-laning for him. They're gonna make sure that he gets absolute free farm.
They gave him the first blood.
Really, what it is a carry nowadays in the meta is like, if we secure your farm, just don't lose the game for us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're gonna do exactly as we expected. We're gonna give you the freest lane. We're gonna make sure this offlaner doesn't mess with you. Just, you know, do your job.
Meanwhile, Limp is able to focus on what he does best, which is winning 1v1 matchups.
Oh, Limp is like the king of winning lanes. He actually, even when they were bad and stuff like that, that old squad that he was a part of, he always won lanes. That was never the problem with Limp. Remember, like, man, Limp just lost his lane for the 15th time. It was like, Limp won his lane. Can he get something out of it? As most likely going to go down here, Armel.
Good rotation
TP though by
from
Tims.
Bada and Hanskin. Armel, he's slowly regenning, but it's not going to be good enough. Hanskin will take the last hit for that kill. 2 kills already for Alliance in the first 6 minutes of this game.
A little bit expected, just because I feel like their lineup is really slow. And I think that's why you have to pick Gabby as like a non-one position hero here, because you have a Chen and an Enigma.
Yeah.
You have 2 heroes that don't really do anything for you for quite a bit of time.
And you have a Beastmaster. That is a slow offlaner. That is not a hero that's going to run around and get you kills nonstop at 12 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
he wants to secure his own offlane first. You want people to come to you. You don't want to have to come to people.
And I think that this game will be a really good test in a way for Gabby to be able to demonstrate how good, because we've already seen him carry games, and this is going to be, I think, one of the ultimate, like, hey, you really have to be a do shit safe lane carry. You have to make all the moves, because you don't have anybody else to make the moves for you in this game.
This Enigma will make space for you, and we see that off the bat. He's going to hit a very nice get one of the 3 gets possible.
Just sitting on the high ground waiting for KP to run up, and he will run into his Zone of Doom, especially with time of dilation. They don't even need the Chronos here, I think.
No, they got him.
Yeah, they got him.
This is what I mean. They're going to secure Nico Baby's farm. But they need to do this because they do have the better lanes, I'd say, at being able to get kills off the bat. And it's easier for their heroes to rotate and make moves. Aside from like 33, his life will just suck. He's gonna max in power, and you know that's what you got to deal with, buddy.
I was gonna say, like, Beastmaster doesn't want to rotate out of his lane. Gabby's gonna have to rotate to him. You know, they could get the Primal Roar kill and then turn that into a tower. It's so good if this safe laner can actually kill the off lane tower before he rotates. Mid lane, we're gonna watch Tims try and protect the mid tower while the Alchemist is away farming jungle, but he will die, and it looks like the tower may fall as well. So Alliance already picking up the pace, putting the pressure on these early objectives with their core Pugna.
Yeah, they recognize, oh, this is a very nice stack to steal though, but they're recognizing exactly what we said. Like, our lineup is meant to win this phase of the game. Let's get aggressive as possible because TNC have there's no counterplay for them. There's nothing that TNC can really do aside from move Gabby around the map.
All right, now what are you going to do with this? March and Gabby, they're actually going to turn and fight and maybe kill 33. He is able to walk away. The telekinesis
on
top of the cliff with Limp just laying into him with that life drain. So Gabby will eventually die here, and so will March as he cannot get away from Nico Baby. Once again, Alliance are able to get kills without having to use their Chronosphere.
But they're going to lose the top tower for this. This is where KP's game now gets enabled. Like I said, even though he has Roar, he's not going to move. He wants you to move to him. So they're going to grab this tower, and what I really like for them to do is just completely the map now. You probably aren't taking mid tower with the heroes that you have. We're going to replay again. Probably should have killed 33 there.
Yeah, that was, I think, a little bit of bumbling of spells there, but...
2 nice kills for them. TNC just kind of have to make space wherever they can.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have been that aggressive, but they did steal stacks.
They did steal stacks, and they did get a tower off of all of that.
And they haven't had to use the chrono yet, so they should be a little bit worried about that at all times right now.
Onskin setting up to go for the 10-minute bounty rune. Is actually going to get the telekinesis toss up into the cliff area from KP, so he's a little bit delayed, retreating backwards, but they're going to turn with the Primal Roar. Limto coming in from the side, get the bounty rune and get out. That's the play for TNC, but they may not be able to do so as Nico Baby actually pops the Chronosphere. He had to time walk in, so he had to save himself with the Chrono. Looks like Tims will pay the ultimate price at top lane for getting that bounty rune. Still though, how many did they get there, JJ? That was 2 for 2. No, that's 3 for TNC.
3 for 1, okay.
3 for 1. So that's got to be worth it, right? For an Alk lineup.
Plus I got Void Chrono off.
Oh yeah, that actually makes it mega worth. Fada, don't think you're getting away from this one, my friend.
Fada is so incredibly dead. Hadouken!
It is one of those nice 5s to be able to push out lanes and such, but he is going to be food for Beastmaster.
Oh yeah, Beastmaster's just going to chase him in circles. It's hard to hit the Ice Path too. Ponskin going to get that freebie. Gabby's farm, of course they've got the Boots of Travel on him. TNC especially seem to like this build on all their cores.
Yeah.
Just mobility. It's really nice when you have Beastmaster too because you can TP onto any of the animals.
The combined idea of having vision, right?
Yes.
Like they always have this sort of vision. Boots of Travel is more useful because you're able to abuse, push in lanes where you know the enemy team is not, while still simultaneously being able to group up. I think Leshrac is just an insane space maker when put as this sort of like safe lane core where he's able to get his guaranteed farm, because he literally just runs down lanes, he bursts down towers, and he bursts down lane creeps. He's able to farm neutrals really efficiently. It's so hard to keep this guy from farming.
He's gonna get his soul now though. So that's 4 points of Edict. Gotta be careful. They've got 4 points of Edict now, and they've got a Pugna.
Now TNC, they, we're talking about the danger of an Alk lineup, and to be honest, it's looking like TNC, they're just going to hit their timings on the Alk anyway. But this is more of a mid-game window for TNC, right?
Yeah.
Like Alliance, they still have the better late-game carry in Void, right?
Trying to think. Yeah, I'd say so.
With the mag and stuff.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tools to help him out. They have a lot of damage that they can throw into the Chronosphere too, which is always what I look for in a Void lineup.
Yeah.
Sometimes I felt like some of the, the Fighting Pandas or whatever, they just pick this Void and be like, well, it's fine. We got Void back. Without really thinking about the hero.
So those conditions are having, you can lay into the Chronosphere, and Alliance has that in spades for sure.
Oh, look at this. They are going to bring Gabby in. This is what we expected. For TNC, they just want to kill whatever hero they can, if that makes sense. You're less concerned about getting core kills and more about slowing down the timing of Alliance. Because I think Alliance especially is one of the more prolific 5-man lineups. Like, they really like to 5-man around the map.
Yeah.
So don't give them that opportunity to get these pickoffs. Don't let them just, group up for free. Otherwise, they feel real good about themselves.
Do you think that's why they went for this last pick Alchemist and the Leshrac pick? Those are heroes that definitely abuse the fact that you want a 5-man.
Yes.
And if 5-man, you can't be all over the map and you can't stop Leshrac and Alk farming.
But eventually you will have to take team fights, which is where I think Alliance feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
Their team fighting has been unreal throughout the season so far.
2,000 net worth lead for TNC. Games, seeing as they have an Alk lineup, but with the Radiance coming up, this is just going to speed up his timings even more. He's going straight for the BKB, straight for a fighting build, which kind of leads into what we were talking about. Very game-focused. Gabby does actually find Fada here, but with the TP rotations, Gabby quickly realizes he can't stick around. He's going to be caught by the Ice Path. Macro Pyre taking so much damage already, but there's no real catch. And now TNC, actually just some extra space being thrown out by KP, goes for the Primal Roar to allow everybody on his team to escape cleanly.
He's very fast.
Yeah. Leshrac or Beastmaster? Yes.
Let's just kind of ran away.
I hate that about that hero, man.
But there are a lot of counters.
Blame Sumail for that one, man. Never came up with the movement speed, less shield. that have been built so
From Radiant.
the hottest thing going Boots of Travelers. 15-minute bounty runes. Looks like TNC have secured 2, no 3. Alliance, they are giving up so much ground, and now they're going to give away hero kills as well. Gabby, though, may be in trouble. Look at Fada. He's trying to sacrifice his body and make sure Gabby doesn't get too far away, but do they have any lockdown? They're going to have to use the Chronosphere to make sure that Gabby does die here. The Chen heal going off is not going to make a difference. Not for Gabby and not for his neutral creeps, it seems.
Now we're at a 5k lead. And this is the concern of when you have Void Mag. Is like you usually want an offlaner on 33 that can put pressure.
Yeah.
Or protect towers. And he's not really either of those roles. This is very much like a Nico baby, do your thing. Which is ideal for Alk drafts to play against. Which is what I was trying to tell you yesterday. Like playing Alk drafts against these kinds of slower pace lineups where there is going to be inevitable time where you just want to utilize the fact that you got 4 points of empower, means you can't really team fight. You're 4v5ing effectively. Your mag doesn't really have too many items, like he can't really do anything aside from be an empower bot. When you decide to go for the skill build and go for this playstyle,
you can't attack the enemy team, the map's getting smaller, so there's less farm for you to work off of anyway. It's like the same reason why Alk actually works really nice against like anti-mage and Spectre lineups, because you push the pace so quickly. Hanskin, with a haste rune that he found, will try and get the kill on Gabby. Thanks to the splitter steal, he will be able to land the Ice Path follow-up, and Gabby's still not dead. Now Primal Roar coming in from the side. KP, he actually wants to fight this one. That's because Armel is coming in. Unstable Concoction, nailing the Pugna. Got the Decrepify off. That's going to be able to buy Limp sometime, but Fada's already dead on the side, and Limp is eventually going to die to the chase down. That is a kill streak being given to Armel as well.
I like what Hanskin's doing here. He's trying to split things up, but he might actually anyways. The Eidolon's trying to find it right now. If he pops the pulse, he'll know for sure, but gets the Yules off.
That'll be just an easy chain stun combo.
They might even decide to go high ground here. Oh,
yeah.
No, they're gonna back up and reset. This is not really the alliance like bread and butter that I'm used to seeing anyways. I'm used to seeing like 33 play those like I press W, buff you up, but I can also sit in front of towers and defend. Mag of course has empower, but it's different than like a save and guard. And TNC throughout this tournament has been pretty good at getting map control, to say the least.
Maybe this just isn't the kind of draft that can punish TNC. Definitely seems like the kind of lineup where they said, we're going to let TNC crash into us and we're going to beat them in team fights when it really counts. So far, that hasn't happened with a 9,000 net worth lead on TNC. It's tough to see how Alliance will be able to kill more than just one core in a team fight, but we'll have to see. Especially with the BKB. Armel is now going for a heart after the BKB blink that he's picked up. And possibly a pipe for the Beastmaster, and that would just make Armel unstoppable, I think.
Yeah. For Alliance, you have to take a fight. Like, that sounds silly to say, like, obviously they need to, but the problem with Void as a hero against Alk is Chrono has such a long cooldown, but Alk can always fight. So it doesn't even matter if you win one fight. You've got to, like, stop that fight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the Alk is just going to do the same thing, go down lanes. This time you don't have Chronosphere. Like, you've got to make your stand at some point soon. Otherwise, you'll lose way too much map control. They'll get Roche. Aegis is the counter to Chronosphere.
It did kind of seem like, they were trying to use Nico Baby early, to run around that time where they were getting kills, but he didn't have to use Chronosphere.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of stopped. It felt like they stopped putting in that pressure, of trying to use Chronosphere every single time it's down to get some sort of kill. To at least slow down the TNC flood that is about to happen.
Stun's being charged up right now. They're trying to see if they can get any stragglers here. The instant jump in on a limb.
The Hawk manages to find the puck now, leading into the Primal Roar just to make sure that the mid-core of Alliance does die. And the tier 2 is now theirs.
They can just go Roche now too, TNC.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be a moment though where Alliance have to look at this game and just feel like we're losing everything right now. You at least have to chance a smoke. Maybe not look for a straight up 5-on-5, but something along those lines, because you are losing all semblance of map control.
I mean, they've given up 3, now 4 bounty runes for this time. And a kill, looks like Espada. Okay, the Chronosphere laid out with no Chemical Rage, no BKB activated either. This is a good time to get a lot of damage. Oh, and if he gets a little bit more stuns, the Chen Heal going down. Armel finally pops the BKB, but he still goes down, so that is a big win for Alliance. KP now going to try and make it back. Ice Path, not quite long enough. Nico maybe not quite lucky enough to be able to get a bash. Maybe with the black hole from Tim's. 3-man black hole with the axes over the top, but they need a little bit more damage. It's just not quite enough. They'll be able to get the Ruin kill, yes, but Nico Baby is still the monster you need to be able to defeat here. Gabby, now the damage is going to... But he immediately gets our 533. Nico Baby goes to Lash. No, he wants to get out of this fight. There's the Ice Path. Doesn't actually hit Gabby. He'll be able to get the stun back. He went back in. Back in with it. You can't time walk into that fight. You don't have BKB, you madman. He's going to try and get back with a second time walk. KP almost catching up to him, but no, not just enough vision or distance to be able to get that Primal Roar up.
Wow, Tim's completely salvaging this fight. Looked like KP was going to go down for sure. They were all stacked up in the perfect position. Fada just barely didn't have the Ice Path. That was enough to do it. They get the kill one after another. Their Beastmaster's strong enough, and look at the Leshrac coming after pressuring that top lane. 33. This is not the kind of role that we like seeing him on. His RP doesn't really put out damage. His team wasn't willing to fight around it either. You never like those like full retreat RPs. And now that Chronosphere is down, TNC is going to abuse the fact that their Alk is fight ready at all times.
Yep.
There was a pretty big error that he made too. His Reaver was inside his stash. Or he actually most likely lives there.
Yeah, I think so. They had just like barely had enough damage. They would have run out of damage. He would have regened up, and well, I think there was a lot of reasons that Alliance was lucky.
Yeah,
I think
TNC,
they were lucky Gabby didn't have Boots of Travel sooner for the black hole play.
I think TNC were just a little bit. They were cocky, but Alliance have to take fights, and they saw that Gabby wasn't there. Probably thought this is our opportunity. You have to use. You can't not use Chrono for 20 minutes against an Alk lineup and expect to win.
Yeah.
And Hanskin's gonna get caught up again.
Poor Hanskin. He's sitting there in the trees, but he was directly in sight of that ward that was laid out. Nico Baby does have the Chronosphere. With just the time dilation, he's really hoping he can get the kill without having to use his ultimate and be abused. He will be able to get that Aegis away. But though, he has to TP back to the top lane to be able to protect his tier 3. Well, that's going to fall. Maybe protect the barracks. They don't have Gabby here. Nico Baby has arrived, but he wants a better Chronosphere than just locking down this Alchemist who sits on the front line. Slowed down, now they're going to go for it, and it is just going to be this Alchemist. And they don't really have a ton of damage to lay into him, but the Chemical Rage has worn out. Chen Heal going down, but Gabby and the rest of TNC is now here with the BKB activated by Armel. Nico Baby just does not do enough damage, and TNC are just going to calmly walk out of this fight, and they can take shrines at their leader now.
Should reset it and take the shrines and get. Nico Baby comes in. He didn't but the Alk still had the remnants of his ulti for the first 2 seconds there, and by the time it ended, with the Chen heal, not even close.
I mean, there was also no Jakiro to lay damage into it. There was no like Ice Path to chain stun even. There was no life drain. That was on cooldown.
They're just gonna go for it again, and TNC rightfully should. If you thought the fight was easy before, now there's no Chronosphere.
The assault begins, and Alliance may just have to concede this lane of barracks unless Hanskin can get something really good here. Unstable Concoction leading off, follow up Ice Path. Just chain stunning him, but no real damage.
He's in the back, but he needs to catch the Rubik or wait for the Rubik to steal his spell first. I don't even think it's very necessary for him to have to lead in with the black hole. This is their fourth layer of case we mess up. And that's the crazy part about their lineup. It looks so scary.
The final trump card in the deck is not needed. They walk away with Elena Barracks and a 20,000 net worth lead now on TNC. And a fresh round of items. BKB for Gabby. the medallion now for the Beastmaster, which eventually he will turn into the Solar Crest to amp up Armel even more.
Part of the problem, I think, with like when you have Void plus Mag is what Void really needs more than like that damage is that attack speed. Everything that he gets item-wise and his skill set lends to attack speed, whereas like Empower doesn't really do that for you. It pays off because you start to farm a little bit faster, but you need time. Like you need to buy more time for your Void so that he can get like 4 items, and then he's a beast with this Empower. But as it stands, like, you know, he just doesn't really put out enough damage, and like we talked about before the game started, the ALK timing is so good versus the Mag timing.
Pretty sure TNC's gotten like 14 out of the last 16 bounty runs.
Helps. Doesn't hurt.
3K with probably drum going down. We're going to be looking at a 25,000 net worth lead for TNC.
Has never dipped in this game. Jeez. TNC's so good. They make everything look so good.
Yeah.
This isn't... I don't even know if this is Alliance being like bad. They played the early game reasonably well. But I just want to give a lot of credit to TNC.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the team can just play out of their minds, have good drafts, and this is like this is one of their last stands. You have to stomp the fight here. Nico Baby looking for the backline. He's going to catch KP first.
They top on KP, and that's all he's going to Chronosphere too. TNC is just way too split up, and Tim's waiting on the high ground, waiting for his opportunity to be able to jump in. They finally, no, even still doesn't finish off KP. He still gets Primal Lord. 33 doesn't catch him. He doesn't go for the RP, but he doesn't see an opportunity. Now he's going to let it down. 2 heroes. Look at Tim. They can do some damage. Tim's just waiting the entire time. Eventually, he will show himself and try and get that one stun. He's just a small little half-second stun. That's all he needed to do to be able to make sure Nico Baby dies. Black Hole still in the bank here as Hanskin's going to get jumped in by Armel, and that's it. Now the Black Hole goes out. Stolen by Hanskin. He gets a 4-man, but that is all you will get out of this one alliance because TNC, another perfect thrashing.
I will say it's actually that bottom fight, which actually Tim's amazing Black Hole made okay. I don't really know where the missteps were. They just kind of cleanly took you out. For Alliance, you have to be prepared to play against this style. I think maybe because they saw the Gambit
5 seconds. Just who will know? What's Radiant's ban plan anyway? It's Dire's turn to ban. It's Radiant's turn to ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
TNC versus Alliance is our first upper bracket semi-finals. We welcome you back to the City Lights of Hamburg. It's ESL 1 Hamburg, powered by Intel 2019. We are just a few hours now about moving everything over to make sure that we bring you from the Barclaycard Arena tomorrow, the live show that I know that you're all looking forward to. The group stages have been very enlightening, though. We've learned an awful lot about these teams, not least of which about TNC and how silky smooth they are at the execution of the fantastic March drafts. On the other side of things, though, Alliance have come unstuck a little bit in game one, but we know they've got comeback ability. There's a new word for you as we rejoin Purge and the Has here on the panel. We're going to get into the draft pretty quickly, Alan, and it's a draft that now, I guess, a lot of importance is on for Alliance. It's not just about execution and how they play the game. Sure. There was a lot in that last draft that made sense from TNC again.
Yeah, I think at least ex post, you can say that Alliance got a bit outdrafted there, but I think the fix is pretty easy. And the more I think about it, the more I think it's not the Nico Baby Void. I think the 33 Magnus was a big problem in that draft. You picked the Magnus 8th overall, and it gave you this other massive cooldown that you had to play around, and it really limits 33's ability to control tempo. You look at this guy's having a lot of success on Legion Commander for a reason. He's very, very good at controlling tempo at this hero. Think about what he did earlier today on Bristleback, a hero that can just play in these constant engagements and handle pressure brought from the other side of the map. That's what I want to see now more from 33. I think he's their key player here in game 2.
I totally agree with everything you just said, but they needed a solution against the Enigma Black Hole, right? Okay. That was clear. Like, if Enigma gets BKB Blink, he's going to pick his target and they're going to die every single team fight. And if he can't RP to defend against that, if they don't pick in that position or with their last pick that can interrupt it, they're going to have issues.
I think they might have.
That's why they picked it.
I am less concerned about that when I know if I knew it was going to be a 4-position Enigma. I'm a little bit less concerned about that because the BKB is coming online a bit later.
It was obvious, actually, in hindsight, because they had already picked Beastmaster and they had Enigma. It was clearly going to be KP or Beastmaster, vice versa. So, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it was too big of a worry.
But I really do think, again, TNC going right back to it in the first phase here. Everybody is talking about Nico Baby, and for good reason. I think this guy has a chance to be this year's Nisha, but I think long-term 33 is going to be the key to this team. If this is going to be a consistent Tier 1 team throughout the year, it's going to be because he takes that next step.
Is it our... I don't want to be too mean too early, but... Is it quite predictable at the moment how to beat Alliance? Is it shut down Nico, make sure you don't give 33 a comfort hero, don't give one of the signature heroes to Limp, and all good? Is that too simple?
Can't you just say that sentence to any team, Paul?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It's a matter of
TNC right now. How do you beat TNC right now? Because March's drafting is unbelievably good right now.
Yeah, but
KP's playing a range of different heroes, so you can't look him down he likes go at you, run at you off laners. It's not like that because he can play Veno.
It's why a lot of why I love Pro so much is because this becomes a part of that team's storyline throughout the year. We're saying these same things about Liquid midway through.
I'm not saying we're saying
Liquid, if you shut down Miracle, they can't win.
Yeah,
right?
no. We've been there. So my point is those three things. Have TNC figured that out?
I think they're just better.
You do? You just think they're on a different range right now?
They're just better.
Yeah.
And when you're better, you see cracks and you try to figure out why they're better or why they're winning, and damn it, they're just better.
Yeah. Okay. So what do Alliance do in the meantime?
Get better.
Do you know I had a fire extinguisher brought in just because you were so spicy at the end of that last segment?
Yeah.
I thought I might need it.
Spray me? I'm ready.
Wow.
Like, turn it away, close my mouth first.
Getting back to the draft. I cannot believe I heard the words "spray me, I'm ready" on a panel. I am very disturbed.
From Purge.
From Purge. Wow, usually Kyle's the one I have to worry about going there. Anyway, no,
All the perverts, it isn't me. I was talking about fire extinguishers.
See, I was talking about fire extinguishers. I'm with you, Kevin.
Nahaz.
It's the dirty old man with
Dirty old man.
The brain of Nahaz
You beat
over
me to
there.
Were you quick to say dirty old man? Because you are a dirty old man. Is that why it's on the mind?
No, I was just going to make fun of Red because he's older than me.
That's okay. I've got less grey hair.
You much less gray hair. This has been since 26, dude. Anyway, coming into the second phase here, Alliance do still have a lot of options. TNC takes the Alchemist off the board themselves. We had actually seen that. Several options still left, though. The Naga Siren is still on the table. I'd really like to see that again from TNC.
What do you make about the Leshoga opening?
I think it's fine. It'll give them tower potential stuff. Ogre is safe and fine.
Yeah, I think I was going to say it gives them flex, but it doesn't anymore because they've now revealed that they've got an Abaddon in the team, so it doesn't really give them the flex that I was going to talk about.
How do we not talk about that here?
Yeah.
Most teams aren't. Like, there are Ogre 3s
I think it's the one that slipped down, though, isn't it, Kevin? Over the first day, sure, ban it out. First phase, no one plays it. Second day, got through a couple of times, didn't really impress. Third day, today, it's gotten through quite a lot today.
For the games we've watched, I've seen it on other streams a little bit. It's still a pretty big staple.
It's still good, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
it's
God,
still
It didn't look
popular.
good as a 5, admittedly, but it had a rough game against the Bristles, so it's hard to kind of figure out.
Yeah, I think you throw the five game out, and I think
it's still a good hero.
Yeah, you look at the game that like Resolution plays it at a 3, and they've got Bane. I mean, they end up losing, but they've got Bane, Abaddon, and Shatter Demon, and they're just running underneath the tier 1 tower, just saying, "What are you going to do to us?" The hero is he's just a bully, and I think it's terrific in terms of creating the kind of space and relieving the pressure that Alliance struggled to deal with in Game 1.
This Gyro, Enigma, Undying for TNC.
So it seems like people are picking Undying a lot to secure Gyro Lane. Helps a lot if it's against a strength hero. One thing Blitz is talking a lot about is that Centaur beats Gyro because of the base damage advantage. Undying takes that away against strength heroes, so helps Gyro get for sure last hits. Go ahead, talk about Ember Spirit.
He's 1-11 so far at the tournament.
Yeah.
He's been awful, and he's looked very slow. He's looked like a hero that, yes, I know he's got this magic damage potential in the mid game, but he's looked like a hero that has had trouble scaling into the late game, as we know Ember Spirits can.
So, why are teams going back for him every time?
So there's always this like shift in the meta. It's not for sure happening here, but if some team starts going 1-11, you just pick them later in the draft when it's a good game.
Right.
Yeah.
When he's got less counters.
Yeah.
Well, there's no disable here apart from there's Homing Missile and Black Hole.
And Homing Missile is extremely
Legion
easy.
Commander? Yeah.
Homing really easy to dodge. Use for 1 Fire Remnant. You can dodge it with Slight sometimes too, pretty easy.
That is such a
So this
sick
will be a
Legion
4
pick.
Enigma.
That is such a sick Legion pick.
It's pretty good, yeah. Dueling Ember is obviously excellent. But
Another 4 Enigma.
yeah.
Yes.
Gold Deny is definitely something that we saw out of Tim's that game.
The only 2 Enigma picks this tournament have both been by TNC, and it's been Tim's both times.
I mean, Enigma's been out of the meta for a long time, it feels like. There's always periods of time where it's dominant, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, Enigma's bad now. Maybe too easy to kill in lane or something. But the 4 Enigma is maybe the difference. Maybe the 3 Enigma, probably too rough at like standing in lanes and not feeding your hero or your Eidolons. But the 4 with a capable 3 seems more viable.
Well, I think a lot of teams have they figured out that to run a 4 Enigma, he's going to be in those mid lane secondary camps. He's going to be in the jungle a lot of the times, and then you still have to have a way to bring pressure in the other lanes when you have that hero that's going to be off the map for a lot of the first 8 minutes of the game. TNC were fairly good at that in the last game. They traded water on that top lane as KP's Beastmaster. He did give up a death, I believe, or 2 on the top lane, but he traded fairly well for himself early. This is, man. I think this draft has really gone sideways after this Ember pick. I don't know where he goes. You don't want him in the mid lane. Nico Baby, that was his first really bad game of this tournament, was when they put him on safe lane Ember on the second day.
That's Slark ban.
Oh yeah.
It's Dire's turn to pick.
Just because it beats Abaddon, I guess.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Against melee hero. Makes sense.
Is that a Brood ban?
That is
brute
a
ban, right?
core
And a core
Night
Night Stalker,
Stalker,
yeah, it is.
and that is going to be disgusting.
Is that their mid hero? What's going on?
I think Gyro mid.
Gyro goes mid.
And then they're just gonna safe lane either
Stalker?
Legion or Night Stalker. Okay.
Well, Legion can. It just depends on the match. I think any of these heroes can
Gabby
play.
played Night Stalker already, right?
Yes, yes, he did two Night Stalker games in this tournament by Gabby, and
they were both
27
amazing.
kills and 1 death. Yes.
I do kind of like it against like both Ember and Leshrac. They're very spell reliant heroes. So if you can hypothetically get on top of them with a lot of farm, then you should be able to pressure and kill them. So and Vision for Legion duels should help you pick fights.
Wraith King.
Wraith King, pretty solid pick considering against all the melees. He shouldn't be kited too much, but Night Stalker does also kite him, I guess.
It's a lot of swords on Alliance's team this time
That is
around.
true.
I mean,
Lots of swords.
but you look at this TNC lineup, and apart from the black hole, like they kill Wraith King once, and what changes? Why aren't they just going to kill him again? That's what I worry about. This other than the black hole. Okay, you could talk
They got
about
a
duel.
bad in.
I don't know.
They have some cover, I guess, with Ogre and stuff like that.
I mean, Abaddon needs, the way he plays right now, and the reason he's so good, he needs to be able to just run up to these towers and whack, 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 and force engagements on his own terms. Night Stalker all of a sudden is running around with perfect vision, able to take those tower fights either under his own or under the enemy's, no problem. I think this is a really strong draft by TNC.
Another strong draft from TNC. Thank you very much, Purge. And Nahaz, we are all set then to get into our second game. Our TNC about to take a clean sweep and take place inside, or move a place inside the top 3 here at ESL 1 Hamburg. Or can Alliance stretch them and take a game back? Let's find out.
What did I say, Blitzdota? What did I say I wanted to see from TNC?
Night Stalker.
Their safe lane Night Stalker. And they're going to run it just for little ol' me. And maybe to be able to 2-0 Alliance, but most importantly for me.
Do you think it's going to be a 2-0?
I don't know. I haven't actually fully digested the drafts in my brain and come up with analysis. So,
I see.
is it going to be a 2-0 Blitzdota?
I don't know.
Professional analyst?
Alliance have I don't know, dude. I'm just garbage. Maybe Dota's not my thing, dude. After this, I'm just gonna become a homeless guy. There's nothing wrong with that.
True.
That's my true calling. Alliance, I mean, they have good heroes. Like, they have heroes that they feel comfortable with. 33 is on a hero that I feel like he can win on. Let me say, I feel like he is wasting his talents on a hero like Mac.
Yeah. Being an Empower bot is not...
Yeah, like, I want this
his
guy
destiny.
to stand in front of towers and be a boss and run in front and passively create time for his true carry Nico baby. I don't want this guy to, like, sit in a jungle, hit W, and then walk around in circles where he does like 100 damage RPs. You know, that doesn't feel very good.
Stun 1, stun 2, stun 3. KP will be able to shrug off at least the movement speed slow from the Wraithfire Blast, but he's body blocked by Limp beautifully. And stun 4 and stun 5 will make sure they get the first blood for Limp.
Oh, this feels good.
And already, well, he may have gotten first blood on Alliance, but everybody saw that first game from TNC, and they're heavily back in the Southeast Asian squad.
Right, that is a one-sided 7-1, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, not even the Patriots-Jets game was that bad.
You had a bet with Kyle, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was your odds?
Me and Kyle bet $20, and he was very confident. So for anybody that doesn't know, this doesn't apply to you, but he bet on the Jets to win, and he took 3 to 1 odds.
Uh-huh.
And
That was the official Vegas odds?
yeah, we just looked up the Vegas odds. It was 3.5 to 1, and he got absolutely dumpstered. The score was like 33-0 or something, and somehow GG Bet thinks that this is going to be twice as bad as that was. I've yet to see it, so, you know, I mean, I think Alliance deserve a lot more credit than that, but maybe they just think that TNCs are just good as hell, which, you know, might not be a terrible sentiment either, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they've only lost 1 game so far here at ESL 1. We're going to watch March probably die here. They're going to be able to chase him down. They do have Split Earth. May not need it, though.
I don't even know
33
if that's that good of a trade, though.
just kind of dives and... yeah. He didn't get the last hit on the kill.
No.
He got to reset. Maybe he was low on regen. But yeah, trading your core for support's never got to feel that good.
Bottom bottom lane. It looks like KP's doing okay in the XP department. Is getting blocked by completely. I'm not sure where he's gonna go.
And now Nico may be able to block him in a little bit more. Rayfire Blast couldn't lock him in the trees. Will be able to get a few more stuns. If they could get a really big crit here again from Nico Baby, they might be able to get the kill, but it doesn't come.
Waste all his mana though. They've done a very good job of zoning KP out. They weren't able to do that too much, even with the tri-lane last game. I felt like his Beastmaster got way too much. He was the same level as the Void for the most part. As KP is stuck around, healed up. He's got a huge wave under him. And boldly, Alliance decided to give up the Enigma again, which I don't necessarily think was the reason they lost. In fact,
Yeah,
that
Tim's
game
really didn't
kind of
have to-
felt 4-on-5. Like,
Yeah.
Tim's just kind of chilled and had the easiest job. He's just like, in case you need it,
Yeah.
it's here.
that last fight where he literally just stood on the high ground the entire time, came out with one Malefice, and that was it. Like, that proved
It was
that
kind of adorable. He's like, again, in case you need it, I'm here.
I'm here for you.
Don't forget, your good old buddy Tim's.
Your good old emotional support buddy.
In case you're wondering who to vote for Mercedes-Benz MVP, the passive pressure he was able to put out, it was the indication.
That's true. That is, you know, with the MVP vote, it's even more respectable how passive Tim's was. They were going to lose our Night Stalker here. This is the Abaddon off-lane core with a support that is enabled. Gabby is oh my goodness, that was a lot of damage. Well, Gabby, he may still die to the Diabolic Edict. It's a little bit close, but yeah.
All right, he just turned around and thwacked him once. I don't think 33 realized how much HP the Decay was doing.
Yeah.
Probably only had like 300 there. Just kind of gets
And Night Stalker hits very hard.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he has a very high base damage.
I don't love these trades from 33. Yes, you are getting the kill on a Gabby, but it's only level 2, and eventually it'll hit nighttime, and all of this that you've done doesn't really feel like it's worth it. If anything, I feel like he should just be in a position where he's looking to trade a little bit more farm.
Yeah, that first kill was definitely way more egregious because he killed him and was dying. And that always feels terrible because he comes back with full mana and starts decaying you again.
Fall into his trap card, man.
Yeah.
But when it comes to CS, wow, this Legion is doing well.
Yeah, they this is something about this. You said, you know, last game obviously you got way too much as the Beastmaster. This TNC formula works out so well where they're able to... KP was one of the most adept solo offlaners 2 seasons ago.
The thing about
And
KP
Tim's is that greedy 4 who doesn't want to really lane that much.
Something about KP that I notice is I think he gets a lot of flack, pun intended here, because of the kind of play style he plays. He's not really a 2-on-2 meta laner. He's the kind of guy that, like, you leave him alone, he's always going to get what he's supposed to get. He's never going to carry you in the same way that a lot of offlaners can, but you're just not devoting as many resources to him either.
Yeah.
So it's not a big surprise when he doesn't, you know, he's not 20 with like all the farm in the world.
Sure.
But he's not supposed to play that role.
3-2, and we are just about to get into not only the Bounding Rune spawns, but also the nighttime, and 33 is in trouble. 3 more seconds till the Aphonic Shield. He's gonna have to juke out Gabby. Gabby goes the wrong
Give up the
direction.
bounty runes, though, as a result. You can see that March is already on the hunt.
Well, maybe Hanskin, he is faster than March,
close.
and he will be able to land the split Earth and maybe get the kill. Oh, the neutral creeps may be able to take it away from him. No, Hanskin draws the aggro out, gets the kill on March, gets the 2 bounty runes.
Nice. Well done. Hanskin already picking up a very early Arcane Boots, which is why I do love when supports are getting the last hits in these kinds of trial lanes. But remember, the real game hasn't started until Tim's is pressured to leave the jungle. We saw the exact sort of start in the last game, and it didn't seem to amount to much. But mid lane, looks like this is going to be an easy kill onto RML. Nice rotation by Fada. I think he's more or less given up on bottom lane as a...
Yeah, I think that was a smart read by him that, like, they gave KP way too much. He can't impact that lane anymore. Try and do something else.
They messed up. They're like, well, what can you do?
Yeah.
Ogre being here. The problem with Ogre is, like, once that laning phase doesn't go like it's supposed to, you don't get it going from, like, the beginning. The enemy offlaner doesn't really care. And I'd imagine that, if anything, Legion probably deals with you the best.
Yeah.
Because you get to trade hits. as Fada gonna get stunned up, called down, follow. This should be a free kill for Armel, alleviating his pain from dying. Surprised that Fada decided to hang around for that long.
Yeah. Then again, he's like a level 3 ogre. He didn't give up that much gold. He didn't give up that much experience.
Yeah, but I'd imagine like level difference like from both sides. You can see Legion's doing just fine. He's already level 6, in fact. They're gonna make a move on him, and they have to slow down his game. KP is having way too free of a time. Is stun 1, stun 2, stun 3. Here comes the edict. The nuke though is gonna make him really quick, and this might just get him out of here. I mean, they three-man stood. Tanky. They also three-man stood on top of his nuke and just kind of gave him a haste.
Gabby, meanwhile, they're able to kill the solo off-lane 33 at this point. They needed to stop KP, but then you just leave any hero against Night Stalker in a 2v1.
33's game. This is now his 3rd death, I believe. It has been slowing down so much. That's why I didn't love that trade. Even though you're trading with a Night Stalker, it's not that easy.
This is a good duel, though. With the rotation coming out from Armel, they will be able to get the kill onto Hanskin, taking away his kill streak, too.
Oh, this is so huge that KP was able to win this bottom lane despite being in a 1-on-2 against an ogre.
Yep.
The entire point of ogre is you sit there, you bonk the enemy off laner, he doesn't get anything, you win your lane. And now 33,
his lane is ruined.
Yeah, he does have. They're all okay. So they all took time to tip Gabby.
Gabby ran away from the kill, so they would have more time to tip him.
I like it.
Oh boy,
there's a meta being established right now, and TNC. The fact that they're all right. So now Tims has entered the game. He's got his Helm of Dom. They have to defend the safe lane tower. They're going to bring down Limp.
Limp is going to get in stared up before he can get on top of KP, but he should get close enough with the slight. He does level up change just to be able to get a momentary stun. A pause onto KP, but KP's running so fast and he's taunting so much, he's not going to hit by the split Earth either, and KP survives again.
That is the 3rd time that they've tried to do that, and he gets out, and this is just the amount of resources that you're devoting to try to slow down this LC that's already had a very good time. I can't imagine this is what your game plan was supposed to look like on the side of Alliance. And even though I said, like, you know, KP gets a lot of flack, he's going to give you what he gives you, he is definitely overperforming in this game.
Dude, somebody needs to make sure that 33 gets level 6.
Yeah, this guy's level 8 on the side of LC, conversely. 33 is just getting right-clicked down by Gabby. His game's been fine. They're definitely going to lose this bottom tower. If you go down bottom again and you don't kill KP, I genuinely think your game is just ruined at this point.
Yeah.
You will not win anymore.
Yep. They've already sacrificed 33.
It's just too much.
So much. And
they've had to go down and give the Gyro enough space to catch up after they got the kill and slowed down his game. You can't afford to do that again. You get maybe one good attempt at that. And he's still not level 6 on 33. Gabby getting aggressive. He's going to pop the shield on himself. Once again, they've
you know, you need the Aphotic Shield to blow up on the creeps to get your level 6, 33. He does get the deny. Well played.
But that's like the upside for him right now.
Yes.
Yay. Oh, the net. He's taking a lot of damage. But no Enigma quite here. This is going to be a lot of Eidolons farmed up by Limp. So that's a little bit of a win. And Fada is set up for the top bounty runes, but so far, so good from TNC. Their draft, their 4th position, Enigma is not being punished in either game.
There is still, now I'm not going to say bright spots for Alliance, but we're talking about how 3 players' games are ruined. That means Nico Baby and Limp need to step up, because they're the only ones who have a semblance of a game right now.
This is where, if you think Nico Baby is a tier 1 carry, he's going to overperform for you and dig you out of this, like, shit show of a game.
Yeah.
He's probably, like, looking at us like, what the hell are you guys doing? I'm having the chillest game, and, you know, all of a sudden,
like, I'm trying to be K1 Hector right now, guys. Like, I'm trying to farm Wraith King jungle, but, you know,
you're supposed to carry them, but, like,
yeah. Beast Coast gave Hector a chance to win the game. Right now.
Yeah, they're, you don't want to put your carry in a position where 10 minutes in, you're losing by 3,000 gold, and all your lanes look really rough. They are going to create some space for 33. They needed to take this tower in return.
But Armel, who's level 11, is already here in the bottom lane. We said Limp also needs to step up here, and this is going to be a massive kill. Using that Invis rune to be able to get on top of Armel, who's probably really far forward, but simultaneously really just fine.
Jex thinks Radiant's power is about to
Too tanky, it seems. Bottom, or top lane rather, back over to KP, who is gonna get silenced up in a moment here. The split earth, it's gonna miss. Hanskin whiffs that one, and as a result, the LC is gonna get out of here, and Gabby, he's now gonna hunt for a kill. Now, 33 is still not leveled up his ultimate, so he will be able to use it in the coming moments to try and turn this fight. KP gets stunned up, but immediately takes that off. With the press the attack, Gabby flying around in the trees, can't really be gone on either, so...
He's got to be careful. He's about to lose that here in a second. Should just use this time to farm a little bit, and if you're Alliance, I'd like to see them get... You have to get aggressive. You have to punish the fact that they've got this 4 Enigma. It's daytime right now. There's no Night Stalker ulti. Do what you do best. Gather mid, use the Abaddon, just force down that tower, make it hard for TNC to play this like slower paced game. Because their lineup is very timing based, is the downside of TNC's lineup. Like, they have to move around when they have their ultis, when it is nighttime. That is the one thing about Night Stalker carries. Like, he's very limited. He's absolute garbage during the day.
And even if like Leshrac and Abaddon's games were both ruined by the laning phase, they do have a sick duo that is really hard to contest when it comes to taking towers and defending towers.
Yes. Lesh has had a good enough start in this game. Abaddon, 33's game is so rough. He's at 3,100 net worth. It's lower than the 4th position of both teams.
Alliance knows. When you see March, don't go on him. It's a trap.
Fake out. So Gabby just wants to farm.
Yep.
I think everybody on TNC now wants to reset and farm. Alliance did a very good job. I really like their mid move. They have to take advantage of the fact that there aren't cooldowns. Even if you're a little bit behind and you know you're behind, you have to play around when you feel like you're strong.
I mean, with Gabby's current pace, he might be able to pick up his Aghanim Scepter around the start of the second nighttime, and that's going to be hugely impactful.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll quite get it.
Yeah, it'll have to be off of like bounty runes and maybe like 16 and a half minutes
I
in.
think he'll get it like probably like 16 seconds. Yeah, I could see that. But he'll have his ulti in 3 seconds. I could see a situation where TNC might want to fight around this time.
Yeah.
I could see that being pretty good for them.
Fight for the bounty runes with the use of the Night Stalker ultimate. They've got all their abilities up right now.
You should feel pretty confident at taking fights right now.
I said that, and then Gyrocopter used his ultimate to help farm some neutrals a little bit faster. That's the beauty of Gyrocopter.
I mean, Gyro's also going to hit a very good axe timing. TNC, they're pretty item and timing dependent. So this slower pace, I think, they prefer.
Yeah, this is where Limp needs to find a connection. He needs to find some sort of kill that leads into an opening.
You got to find some room for your team. Find a lane for 33 especially to play in right now.
Because you can't bring the Wraith King online. You just haven't given enough time yet. So
something I can't remember who said it, but they were like, when you get Radiance on your Wraith King, it means like you want to farm a little bit more. It doesn't mean automatically go time, because that's when your farm peaks the highest, is when you get that Radiance.
Yeah, with Midas and Radiance, and Wraith King does not have like this insane strength gain. You are very squishy.
Yeah, you're just there to farm some more, and then once you pick up like 2-3 items and you can get to the back line, that's when you want to participate in these engagements. But for the time being, just farm away, which means that Alliance will also have this like really sick timing too, so they shouldn't be too concerned either. I think last game, looking at the lineups, I was really glad I got to see a Mag Alk situation so that I could show you like, hey, this is what this looks like and why it's such an issue. But I think this game, they at least have a lineup that's much better and it can actually scale, and their timings match up a lot better too. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is like 3-3's game has been slowed down just so much.
And he is going to have a hard time being impactful in some of these fights with the combination of this AoE control of the black hole and then also the AoE silence.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of situations where you're going to want to be able to throw an aphotic shield or something, and Night Stalker's just going to camp himself.
Oh, should be a stun by Hanskin.
They're going to be able to get that with a follow-up silence being completed for 33. They're going to try and chase down this Legion Commander. He's still so tanky, and he still has the pipe.
All right.
You're not killing this bad boy.
This is a very good item against Alliance's team, which most of their damage being magical as...
Oh, what did I say? 16 and a half minutes in? Gabby has 1,400 gold.
Okay, sick.
So, Aghanim Scepter online for him.
Your timing was nearly perfect, sir.
Aghanim
I
Scepter
applaud you.
online for Armel in 90 gold, so they might as well wait for both of these items. I don't really see anything stopping them from fighting. Oh, Blink Dagger up in 400 gold for Tim's. Jeez, all these like crazy key items are all coming online for TNC about the same time.
Oh, they're smoked up here. They're going to get spotted. They're pinging like crazy, and Alliance's move has once again been shut down, but they do have the Radiance now, picked up by the Wraith King. His farm's going to go up quite a bit. Armel coming up here. He doesn't want them to just continue to farm. He's going to at least pop the ulti onto the Abaddon.
Just want to be able to keep him from retreating. They'll kill him after the borrowed time. If they... Oh, well, yeah, he's going to come and get out here. He's definitely dead. It looks like Hanskin's going to be fed on by the Night Stalker. They don't have a son to be able to save him.
Position
Now the Tombstone position as well to be able to slow down all these heroes. Bot is definitely dead. Looks like Nico Baby. He may be dying twice here. Lim's going to try and help him out. 33 with the buyback coming into this fight. But honestly, it looks like TNC, they've hit their timings. And they look like they're too strong. Sleight of fist after sleight of fist. But TNC don't slow down. They're going to be able to finish off Nico Baby. This is going to be a dieback for 33 as well. Lim is going to be chased away. He's not going to be able to find a single kill. He sat there casting sleight of fist after sleight of fist, but nobody from TNC got low enough for him to commit.
Beefy boys. That's what they've got. Lots of beefy boys. And Tim's once again, just in case.
Just in case.
I'm not. Don't forget about Tim's. Your good old boy Tim's still in the running for MVP.
Hey, I have my Blink Dagger. I'm ready.
Gotta get that air time, you know? Camera time.
I mean, I just love this, right? It's like TNC, they hit all their timing windows at once.
And they just go.
And KP said, I'm forcing this fight no matter what. Like, dueling an Abaddon doesn't feel good at the start, but you guaranteed you're getting a kill and forcing a fight. Silence onto the Ember Spirit. Oh, no. The AoE silence will wear out, though. Gabby, finished him off with the AoE void with the help of Marcus as well. Now Hanskin's going to run over by the Tier 1 tower, and that is such a fast pace. We go through the replay, and right away we come back to TNC just killing fools.
And the nuke is here. Tim's has finally decided to participate in this game. Gabby is just blocking him off so that he can set up for the duel. TNC is so good, and they are so fast at playing Dota. It happens in a hurry because Alliance, the game looks pretty okay. It's pretty peaceful, and then all of a sudden, in a hurry, they run at you nuts. Look at that dip. It is sharp and precipitous. No breaks at all. Just straight down the line.
Plummets downward. Alliance are now in a big old hole. And they've got to find a way to climb their way out of it. That's going to be through Nico Baby's Wraith King. And he is currently in that Radiance minus farming time that you're talking about. You can't do anything else.
No, the Radiance alone isn't enough to deter anybody.
We saw that from the last fight.
They chased him for about 40 seconds, and you would think, oh, well, what is Blitz talking about? Like, the Radiance is sick. It was burning them for like 40 seconds, and they didn't care.
Yeah. That was a long fight.
He got like 4 stuns off. He burned them for as long as he can. Like, that's the ideal situation for a Wraith King, and he still can't fight. So you just farm with this hero. You use this Radiance to get even more farmed. You speed up your farm progression until you have Blink Dagger, until you get other items. It's not like he has upgraded boots or anything like that. So his game pace is going to be a little bit slower than you expect. I mean, this guy just straight up rushed it as an item. So he needs a little bit of time. And this just comes down to the laning phase, I think, being so rough. 33 thinking he had to get into some like weird fights, whereas KP was able to just chill, farm, take his game bit by bit. I felt like KP wasn't pressured to do anything really in this game.
No.
Just play your laning phase out. And now with BKB, like the timings have just happened so quickly.
BKB for the Night Stalker, yeah, these are...
And these items that are coming in for Alliance, I don't feel like helps deal damage right now. Like, Maelstrom's nice, but you know they have a pipe, and they're all strength heroes that just sort of run at you, and they've got plenty of ways to disengage.
2700 HP on the Night Stalker, 2000 on the Gyrocopter with the Diffusal Blade, 2000 on the Legion Commander with a pipe and a Blade Mail now.
Yeah, like this item would have felt really good about 4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Now it just kind of feels like you've got to get it because you need some sort of damage item that's cheap. It's the entire point of Ember, but you might just lose way too much on the map right now. If they lose that mid-tier 2 tower without even having to pop Knight, that's when you know, like, Alliance is like, we can't ever fight. And you're probably going to give a Broshan right after that.
TNC is going to back up only just to defend their tier 1 bottom lane. They're not going to give Alliance anything.
And look at this pickup by the Gyrocopter going for the Diffusal Blade. You're going to put even more pressure on the Wraith King. It makes it so hard for him to fight. And it's just really nice against the Ember too. Embers don't like playing against mana burn.
Yes.
That's why the Jug Diffusal Blade feels really good against this hero. You get like 4 hits off this hero that entirely relies on mana to cast. You know, he's not like an auto attack kind of core.
Yeah. And when you're also like much stronger than the enemy, that Diffusal Blade can just mean 1 extra kill off of a team fight thanks to the inhibit.
Dude, TNC's so hype. Oh my god, these guys are so good at Dota.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like these guys are like far and away. They're looking like the best in here.
Alliance is a good team. They just won Dream League. They did very reasonably well in their group.
Yeah.
They took a game off Vici.
Yeah.
I think they were like the only team to. And suddenly it seriously just looks like they are, you know, they're in like some sort of like warm-up game against like their C squad. They're like, just roll out of bed.
Yeah.
Play some dotes.
I mean, like, this is such a dominant performance that I feel like I'm watching like you know, Team Secret in the middle of the DPC or like Virtus Pro like 2 seasons ago.
This is exciting. If you're a TNC fan, like, I like a lot of the players on the team, but this is making me quite hyped. I don't want to be biased or anything, but you can't help but like teams that play this way. They just kind of run at you.
I don't think we've ever talked about a team like this before. And that's just because that's the analysis. They just look that good. We're going to see them just march up into the high ground. Armel is going to focus on hitting the tier 3. They're getting it's daytime. Yeah. They're timing way too far here.
It's still daytime. I'm not sure what you're doing, but this isn't even the peak of your strength.
You can wait a minute and 15 seconds. That's all. But they won the tier 3 real badly. The Fire Blast multicast. They are going to be able to get the duel coming out from the Legion Commander onto Hanskin, turning out some of that damage. Not quite enough to be able to win the duel, though. Hanskin eventually falls. Black Hole! He's finally here! And it feels like a 4-man Black Hole to be able to win the fight. Is Gabby going to be able to chase down 1 and 2? Ember Spirit, though, gets away from that silence. He does get some sleight of fist with the buybacks coming out from Alliance. Maybe they can win the second part of this fight where they can chase down some heroes, but during nighttime, you can't really leave your base.
Oh, Tims, relax.
Don't forget.
They all forgot.
They all forgot. They all forgot. They forgot about Tims.
Oh my god, Tims he was just chilling for 2 games just to deliver that Black Hole. Oh my lord. All right. They had to use 2 buybacks. The game isn't quite done or anything like that. But keep in mind, it was just daytime.
Yeah. Dude, that was actually just that was a little egregious, the fact that they just forced high ground during daytime. They could have waited a minute. They could have waited 30 seconds.
No. You don't
have the Night Stalker overlap of Dark Ascension into the night side. But the TNC train don't stop, baby. It just keeps chugging.
And Alliance, I mean, they've got to be looking shell-shocked right now.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't experienced this kind of series in this season yet. This is the first time where I really feel like in this season they've been just like challenged.
Yeah.
Because they're seriously just getting the shit kicked out of them. And this isn't even, the crazy part is like, normally, you know, I'd like to say like, oh, maybe Alliance could have done this or that better, but like, I just want to give all the credit in the world right now to TNC.
Yeah.
Because sometimes a team is just very good and they're playing really good Dota, and that's what you should appreciate.
They drafted a good situation, overplayed their lanes a little bit, and then just follow the formula of like, okay, we're strong enough to beat them now.
Look at Marsh. This was supposed to be a trap that Alliance set up, but TNC read it perfectly. KP was there with him, and the 2 Heroes at bottom, they have a BKB core down there, so they feel safe, so not really giving any sort of opportunities up.
I want to point out the Blink Dagger picked up by Gabby. A lot of people wonder, like, why do you go Blink Dagger on Night Stalker? Like, aren't you really fast? But you want to get on top of these heroes from the start of your Crippling Fear, especially against somebody like this Ember Spirit.
Yeah,
and with the BKB, I don't think Ember can really survive.
Hanskin's just going to go down.
Easy pickoff.
Gabby's just going to blink in there very aggressively, does not care about the tower or all the creeps on top of him.
Did Radiant's bottom tower just fall?
KP is...
Yo, quick gyro for me.
I mean, KP is a little weird. Like, if you're TNC, just 5-man.
Just, yeah.
You don't need to do anything.
He's feeling himself. That's the thing. He's definitely feeling himself.
He's scoop stepping his way over to the tier 3 at bottom lane, where TNC are going to push in with the Siege Wagon and the Tombstone out.
Yeah, Armel doesn't have Satanic quite yet, so got to be careful. No Aegis or anything like that. Did lose it in the previous engagement, and they don't have Black Hole, so
he's going to jump in with a Crippling Fear. Oh, getting on top of it. Call down on everything. Call down on all these heroes with the duel on top of that. The Ember Spirit is immediately gone. He's going to buy back. Armel almost dying in this fight, though. Nico Baby with his BKB. He needs another hit. He gets a Rainfire Blast with the heals coming out. They're trying to body block him. Another press the attack coming out, and now he's slowed down. Nico Baby. He's not going to be able to get the kill. Limp can't quite get it with the Sleight of Fist on. He's been stunned up. He's been silent. He's not going to get him at all. Armel. And the right slice of the wall. And now they're going to turn back and finish up the rest of Alliance without their Gyrocopter because they don't need him. Gabby, he's actually going to run out of mana here, so his damage may run out, but not fast enough as they're going to be able to finish off at least the Wraith King, chasing away Hanskin, maybe turning back for 33. March, the captain, kind of needs some help here, but KP, he's just going to chase Hanskin away, and they're going to turn as a team back over to that Batten, who does manage to finish off March.
Yeah, but this is about as good as it gets, I think. 33, gonna have that ulti pop. They're gonna chase him every step of the way. Get a little bit of damage. There's no buyback on the limp. I was just saying, maybe relax. You don't have Satanic or Aegis, and then all of a sudden, an instant duel. Gabby blinks in, gets a 5-man void on top of the call down.
I mean, their initiation just happened all at once. They blinked in on the Legion Commander and the Night Stalker at the same time.
For a second, there was just a calm, everything was chill, they were just hitting, and all of a sudden, everybody rushes in at once. One mind Dota.
Alright, well,
I mean,
one last hope for Alliance.
This is such a short night. The combined game time at this point, it feels like it's been about an hour.
Yeah. They're gonna back up. All right, they're gonna play it a little chill. Deal with the shrine. I guess Roshan's up in 3 minutes, but you still have 2 minutes of nighttime.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen. Radiant lost their rejuvenation station.
And you still have Black Hole.
Yeah, Tim's is still here. Tim's is still.
Don't forget about Tim.
Don't forget about. He can still get the MVP. He's like winking, you know. He's like, don't forget about your boy. They have 4 melee heroes and a Leshrac who thrives on being like close range. That is, Tim's is gonna get nice black holes.
Yeah.
It is just kind of inevitable.
Oh, they're gonna go. Lynn's trying to do a little bit of split pushing, but KP, he's gonna get. Oh,
nice
jumps away. His spider senses tingling.
He probably recognized, like, oh, they're actually just chasing us around. Like, they don't really care about any of these objectives right now. March might pay for this. He's hanging around with Armel. Sentry Ward's gonna get dropped.
They force the heroes to bottom lane. They think maybe we can take control of this area. Maybe we can de-ward that cliff that is always gonna be warded, but no.
Kill the rocket. That's cool. Okay.
Not even that.
That's, you really need a BKB on this Ember Sphere. Once he gets nullified too, it's gonna be like a mini Doom. When he gets on top of you with the blink and the silence, can't get away from that. And that's gonna make Limp's life even harder. Is it gonna make
He's got the 40 damage talent. The long way is gonna be the initiation. They're gonna start off onto the Ogre while there's Gabby going straight for that Ember Spirit every single time. The mini Doom, Ember Spirit can do nothing. Limp is just dead, and he has no buyback. Nico Baby's gonna lose his first life here. 33, gonna be forced into a borrowed time soon. There's the black hole to make sure Nico Baby has no chance to be able to do anything in his second life. life, and that's just it. And it feels like it's been over for a solid 15 minutes. TNC, clean, crisp, beautiful Dota coming out from
They did not even make it 30 minutes. What was the previous game? Did we? I don't even know if we hit that mark at that point.
I actually don't know.
My word, that is a team. They are so good right now.
Well, maybe Group B wasn't that bad at all. And TNC is
Maybe
just
that good. Whatever TNC does, I knew TNC was good because anything they did, everyone tried copying.
Yeah.
And TNC was like, well, like.
And TNC's like, oh, you thought that was cool. Wait till you try this. Wait till you try the Night Soccer.
Oh, look at that.
You guys think Alec is good?
The point down, they're saying KP, that's our man. And Tim's is in the background. Just like, don't forget about me.
He shows up on Kevin.
And KP,
I'm here too.